Okay, you're gonna start.
Okay.
Everybody, welcome to Ecole 360 Child Development Center. We are a daycare slash preschool in Schaumburg and Palatine locations. My name is Meg. I'm the owner of Ecole 360, and today I'm with Miss Lori, our pre-kindergarten teacher. Miss
Hello.
Lori, who are you?
I'm Miss Lori. I teach the pre-K class, and we do a lot of learning, a lot of fun activities. I've been here for 4 years and in 20 years in the field.
Thank you joining us today. Today we want to talk about highly important topic that most of the parents are interested, especially if you have kids who are 4 or 5 years old. You just want to be sure that my kid is ready kindergarten. Today we will be talking about how they become ready for kindergarten, how they can still keep their self-confidence there, feel comfortable. At Ecole 360 we have our pre-kindergarten program to make our kids ready for kindergarten. In our state, kids go to kindergarten when they turn 5. By September 1st. Today we are gonna answer some of your questions and talk about some highlights. Transitions are really important in kids' lives, so the most important thing with our Ecole 360 program to help that transition and make them ready for the kindergarten. So, Miss Lore, I'm eager to ask, because you have been teaching this program like 20 years for Ecole 360. What size is your classroom?
I have a classroom of 20 children.
Ages?
4s and 5s.
So, how many teachers do you have in the classroom?
We have myself, the lead teacher, and my assistant, Miss Sam.
So just as an extra information, in pre-K program there are 20 kids in most of the schools in the state of Illinois. The ratio is 10 to 1. With 5 it's 20 to 1, but at Ecole 360 we follow 10 to 1 ratio with 2 teachers, and we are sure that our kids get the enough attention and readiness for kindergarten. And Miss Lori, in our program, academically or in general, what skills, what areas do you focus to make our children ready for kindergarten?
I work on social skills. I work on literacy and math, personal hygiene, language. Yoga is a very important activity we do on Wednesdays. It's to help their bodies to stretch and to work that extra energy that they have when they first get dropped off in the morning.
Actually, with our yoga classes, we get really good feedback from the families or even pediatricians. So physical development is part of the program.
Yes.
So other than that, you focus some social skills. And if a parent asks, what do you mean by social skills? What examples would you give for those social skills?
I work on doing a circle time. It lasts for about 15 minutes. We work on the calendar. We learn our numbers, the days of the week, the weather. And I also talk about what our theme might be for the upcoming weeks.
One of the mostly asked questions by the parents is a 4/5-year-old. How long should they sit in a circle time? What should be their, that attention thing? So how long is your regular circle time, or what should be the expectations by the parents for that?
Usually I try to do about 15 minutes for my circle time. If I do see them kind of get antsy or not focusing anymore, then I might have them get a book and sit over at the table or do a puzzle, because they get that anxiousness, and it might be a little bit of anxiety sometimes where they just need to move away from circle. It's not that they're not listening, but they need to just step away for maybe 5 minutes or so.
For example, when they want to say a word or join the conversation, if you're talking about a book, for example, holding their hand and try to talk in that way? Is it a kind of skill that they need to improve before they go to kindergarten?
Yes.
Are you focusing these type of
Yes,
skills too?
I'm working on if they want to speak in the circle area, I'll answer a question, and then I would like an answer from them. I will have them say, okay, if you want to say something, you need to raise your hand. And then whoever's, for example, let's say Bob is holding his hand up, and I ask, what is the weather today? He's going to tell me it might be cloudy or it might be rainy or something like that.
Perfect. So these are some of the social skills that I know that you're focusing. So when it comes to literacy skills, most of the time what I see, and maybe it's kind of common mistake, that letter of the week. And sometimes, people think that kids should know the full alphabet, but what's your approach for that literacy? So are you including the sounds in this program too for that skill? Can you tell us more about this literacy skill?
When we are working on the shapes, we'll say I'll hold up an item that could be a triangle or a circle or a square. What color is the square? The square might be blue. Or the triangle might be red. Also, identifying the letters of the alphabet, like A. What sound does A make? Or the letter B. A, B, C.
It comes with the sound.
Yes.
Actually, I think we might have a tip for the parents. Sometimes our parents are asking how I can check with my kid if they are aware of some of the letters. But at home, you can play this game that, okay, can you find me the objects with starting A? Because it's not only letter A, it comes with the sound and everything. So in our conversation, maybe here and there, we should give some tips to parents how they can practice with their kids or how they can help their kids to get ready for kindergarten. And the other day, I walked in your classroom and you were talking about this story and you were talking about who the main character in the story. I think these components are important for kindergarten prep too, right?
Right, yes.
Great. And also math. Do you do any math or what's your approach? Or what
Math,
program should?
usually math is like, for example, you might take 4 beads plus 2 beads, and then you will have them count them up and they'll tell you the number. Example, another one could be, I will have tracing out for math, and have them trace the numbers. So they're learning to trace the numbers, and then I'll even have a answer for them where they have to learn to trace the number.
Great. And one of the most popular question. My kids should count up to what before kindergarten? Do you have an exact answer for this, or is it just?
Most of them can count up to 30. Or others may just count up to 10 or 20, it depends.
But more or less the target should be 30, and they should be recognizing the numbers before and after until 20, I guess.
Yes.
So it's gonna be nice skill to have before they go to kindergarten. And I think as a parent, I have 6 years old and who's in kindergarten. One of my biggest thing is personal development. So what a good program should do for a good personal development. Should a kid, do her own clothing when they go outside? What kind of, personal development skills you're focusing or we should focus as families too?
For when we go outside, I've been working on, they'll put their coats on, but I will zip it halfway, and then they have to zip it up.
Oh, okay.
And some will tell me I can't do it, and I'm like, yes, you can. You could do it. Others are just getting their hats on, their gloves, like for when it was winter, getting their boots on or their snow pants. We will help them get used to pulling up the snow pants or putting the coats on. I want them to be able to know how to do that when they go to kindergarten. Even going to the washroom.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
highlighting this. I think it's important. So what is the
right.
expectation?
I want them to be able to go in the bathroom. I stand by my bathroom and watch them. Learning to go in the bathroom, shutting the door, going to the bathroom, and then after they're done, make sure they wipe their bottoms and flush the toilet, and then come out and wash their hands for 20 seconds with soap, lots of soap and water. I always tell them soap and water to wash those germs away.
Perfect.
Sometimes I get some children that don't want to, but I work with them.
So a good program should focus on different skills. And again, my question as a parent too, as a mom, how can I help my kids? So let's say I do some cooking at home and I wanna just do that activity together with my little one. What skills does it help? And is it a good idea that I include my child to that cooking activity? And what might be the ways that I am trying, or what are the benefits?
Yes, it's very important that you ask your child to help you if you're baking or cooking. They can help you, for example, if you're baking a cake, help you measure the flour, the sugar, or the vanilla, or the salt, and learning to mix it up with a hand mixer or just a whisk or whatever, and teaching them maybe the temperature of the oven, but not having them touch the oven because it is very hot. Or working on setting the table. Always washing hands before you touch any kind of dishes or silverware, just so you have your hands clean. And then
Do you even think that you're preparing some salad for your family and you can let them, oh, how many carrots do we have on the,
plate, right?
yeah. And you can, or even you can ask, oh, what's your favorite sandwich and what does it have inside? Type of questions can help them their thinking skills. And maybe before going to kindergarten, problem solving is another skill that should be focused a lot with the programs, because there was kind of famous saying, teaching is one way, but also trying to teach kids, or as a life skill to everybody, how to do the things, or teaching some survival skills are highly important, that I believe. And in terms of reading, think that parents are reading to their kids since they're not reading themselves. What might be the good ways to help them get ready for kindergarten while they're reading? Should they ask questions? What questions should be asked? Or how the reading should be taken care of?
There are books out there that you could get. I believe it's level 1. It's a book. It could be on anything about animals or dinosaurs or anything like that. Level 1 helps them learn to recognize the words in the book. They might have a little hard time, but as long as you repeat that word so they can remember it in their mind, and then they will eventually be able to read the whole book.
And I'm eager to give some of the names for the books. For example, Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat.
Pete the Cat. Yes. Pete the Cat.
Excuse my pronunciation.
That's one of their favorite books.
Or if you give a mouse a cookie type of books. And repetition is also highly important. So don't think that you're repeating yourself reading the same book. They love reading certain books, and you can repeat them, you can read them, they can familiar with the words, context, and everything. But always try to ask some questions related to books. So let them guess the end of the story, or ask their end for the story. Because sometimes when we ask questions to kids, open-ended questions especially, they might be more creative than we are expecting, and you're going to be amazed. You're going to be surprised with those answers. So here, I think the best thing with this job, every day we are amazed. We are surprised with our kids. That's the joy of this job, because kids are unbelievable in that way. So
I also know too that if you're reading a book, you can ask the children, who writes the book? who's the illustrator or anything like that, and they'll, if you give them the names of the author or the illustrator, then they'll learn that in a certain book.
Or by looking at the pictures, they can make up their own stories for the same book.
Yes.
And another thing that they're focusing in kindergarten is money concept. So I would highly recommend our families, why don't you buy a piggy bank for your kids so they can start putting some money in it and they can start saving and they become a kind of closer to that money concept before they go there, because specifically in kindergarten program, it is one of the topic they are touching, right?
Yes.
And there are some actually useful websites that parents can benefit. They can use some of the activities. So if you're eager to learn those websites, it's not easy to tell them all here. You please type your email in the live video, or you can email us and we can email you back the list of those websites.
Yes.
If you want to type, feel free. But if you want to send us an email, our email is management. Can you spell that for me?
MANAGEMENT
At ecole360cdc.com. Management at ecole360cdc.com. If you email to that, we can share all those websites with you that you can use while you're helping your kid with kindergarten prep.
Yes.
And also, I think libraries are a great resource.
Yes.
There are a list of books that you should read before you go to kindergarten, or they provide the books so you can borrow and read together for sure.
Yes.
But one of the biggest things here at Ecole 360, we are focusing on tons of skills, but the most important thing is transitions are big things in kids' lives, and we should help them with those transitions. So what we do here, we have a summer camp every summer from June 1st till mid-August. But after our summer camp is done, we do transition curriculum for all age groups. And then the second half of August is transition curriculum, because we are focusing on the kids transitioning from one classroom to another. Or the kids who are going to go to kindergarten, and before we start their academic program, we give them some time for that transition. And at the beginning of September, we start our formal kindergarten prep program. But all the idea is when they go to kindergarten, they should have that self-confidence. They should feel comfortable. We should keep them still happy kids, creative kids. We shouldn't kill their imagination, yes, this or that. They should be vocal. So these should be your highlights too. Every kid is different. We believe here individual development. Every kid, every family is different. Find your own way. Spend some time with your child, so you're gonna know how they learn, what they like, what their interests are. But we have great resources here at Ecole 360 that we offer our parents too. Please ask for that. Before going to kindergarten, I believe that joining a pre-kindergarten, preschool program, it's gonna help a lot. It's
yes,
not must for sure, but it's gonna help a lot. Getting social and some other skills too. Miss Lori, do you want to add anything? So I'm going to go with the questions. So before that, do you want to add anything?
Something we do around May, I believe it's either May 26th or 27th.
Oh, yeah.
We do a pre-kindergarten graduation. I have about 16 kids that will be going into kindergarten, and it's a very fun activity. It's lights up my life that I have taught all these children in my class, and I'm happy to have my commitment. I'm glad I get along with all the parents and the children, and if you have any questions, want to know anything, don't hesitate to call and ask for me here or give a quick email.
Uh-huh. So it is one of the, thank you for highlighting that every year we do graduation for our pre-kindergarten classroom, and it's such a nice experience for our kids. You should see that joy, excitement. But one year, I think it was a couple of years ago, it was the thing, I'm eager to share. We told the kids, they have their graduation cap and gowns, and we say that throw on your caps. And our expectation was they're throwing it air. But then they throw it, on the floor and everybody was laughing. So sometimes small guidance, those kinds of teaching kids, giving them chance to experience something, it's very important. And yes. I love those graduations. This year it's on 25th and 26th.
Yes.
One Schaumburg, one Palatine. Yes. And they have their certificates, diplomas, and they're happy. And if you have any questions, you can type your questions and we will try to answer your questions. If you have any specific questions, please take your time and type your questions. Today we are at Ecole 360 Schaumburg. With Miss Lori after hours. We do this every year, this seminar, and we are getting really good feedback. Sometimes it's stressful, your kid is going to start in K, it's stressing, and we are here to help our families. Any questions? Sorry, we did good job, so no questions. So we are planning to, we have a YouTube channel as Ecole 360, and we are going to put this live video. We are going to keep it on our Facebook page. And also we are going to post it on our YouTube channel too. Other than that, you can find lots of good videos on our YouTube channel. Go and, I don't know if you need to sign up, go and watch. And we have Pinterest pages. Page that we put lots of stuff, good, creative, educational stuff by our teachers that we put on our Pinterest page. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, so you're gonna have an idea what kind of setting you should expect when you send your kid to a childcare preschool. We are offering from 6 weeks through 6 years old.
Yes.
École is a French word. It means school in French. So we are offering good curriculum, real school environment for our kids. And as an owner, I feel blessed with my team here, like Miss Lori. We do a good job here, but all the thing is every family is different. Try to find the very right fit for your family. It is daycare, preschool, or childcare. We are talking about your most precious one, so it's never an easy decision, but if you need us, we are around. And anytime you can also send your questions to the email that I gave you, management@ecole360cdc.com, about this live kindergarten prep or anything related to childcare or anything. Feel free, we are around to help you. Other than that, thank you so much joining us, and
have a good evening.
Hope to see you in our next live session.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.